Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to Road America here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, as we are here for the Wisconsin Sprint, setting the starting lineup for tomorrow's Grand Prix of Wisconsin here from the third and final road course of the season here in the Wawa Pro Series, season number 1. Today we got 4 laps, tomorrow we got 10 laps of action. It should be good here around this 4-mile road course here near Milwaukee. Gonna have a fun race here today with these 24 drivers, and of course tomorrow as well. And like I said, it is the final road course of the season, and we only have ourselves 4 races to go until we crown a champion. And we come into this race with 2 drivers tied in the point standings. Noah Clifton, Hunter Braxton, both with 93 points towards the championship. And then 15 points behind is the guy who has won both road courses so far this year, Seth Cole, in number 24. The only downside for all those guys is they start deep in the field here for this sprint race, so we'll have to see if that ends up translating to a slower time here and a worse starting position for tomorrow's event. But either way, we're excited to see how this whole race goes here this weekend. We're only 4 races left. We got Road America, Martinsville, Michigan, and Darlington. A lot of very interesting racetracks to crown a champion here in the Wawa Pro Series, and they will all be a major determining factor to who gets it done here in this season. In terms of the rest of the point standings coming into this sprint race, Jesse Turner is there 17 points behind. Chris Reynolds is 19 points behind. You got Nathan Faden and Nathan Orman both 25 points behind. Those 7 guys all have a mathematical chance at becoming the points leader at the end of this event tomorrow. So we'll have to see if that in fact happens. It's tightening up quite a bit up front in the point standings. It's going to be interesting to see who gets it all pulled off here. Now they line up here for the Wisconsin Sprint. Trey Wright won the last race at Atlanta. Last time out we had an event here in the Wawa Pro Series. He went to victory lane. Christian Master will be starting alongside him there in the number 14. You got Chris Reynolds and Brendan Wilmington, Dan Park and Ethan Lewis. You got Logan Williams there with Zach Winkle in row number 4. Then Nathan Stapleton and Nathan Orman were the last 2 guys to receive championship points at Atlanta last time out. Should be interesting to see who ends up getting the 3 points for the win today and who ends up winning the pole position for this Wisconsin Sprint here today. Of course, the fastest lap determining who gets that pole position. And with this being a road course, you do want to start up front in this race. Otherwise, you might not get any points tomorrow. Now, it's interesting, the points leader, Noah Clifton, has 4 points-paying finishes in these feature events this season. That is the same amount as a driver who was 21st in points, Nathan Stapleton. So Clifton has 3 wins on the season, however, and those 3 wins are what has given him his points lead, or at least his tie in the points lead with Hunter Braxton. But the driver with the best average finishing result this season is Chris Reynolds in the number 22, comes into this race 5th in points, 19 points behind. And he starts up front here today, so Chris Reynolds could have a very good opportunity at possibly taking the points lead, especially if he were to get the race victory this weekend here at Road America. It's the last road course of the season, the longest track on the circuit for the Wawa Pro Series at 4 miles in length, but we all know this road course very well. It's not a first-time road course like the last one we raced at on the channel in the IndyCar Series at the other American racetrack, Circuit of the Americas. We've been coming here for a long time. We've done well over 20 races at this racetrack, and I think most of these drivers know how to do it here around the Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin racetrack. 24 drivers in the field, as always. 4 laps here, no pit stops today. There will be a cycle of pit stops tomorrow. But today it's all about getting that fastest lap and getting that race victory for those 3 bonus points. Up the hill they go. We're green flag racing in the Wisconsin Sprint here at Road America. And they're side by side. Heading in the turn number 1, Christian Master trying to take that lead away from Trey Wright. That inside lane isn't the best place to be at the start of the race. And Trey Wright, with that pole position from the outside lane, is going to get that advantage. But Chris Reynolds now in a battle with Christian Master for the 2nd position. Of course, only the top 3 drivers receive championship points Yeah, Brendan Wilmington right there. Good opportunity for him to gain something in the championship. Only 28 total points on the season. Has not been a good season for this driver right here. 3 wide here in the turn number 4. And Nathan Ormond to the inside of Logan Williams, and Zach Winkle going to take it away right there. Master will be able to clear Reynolds, but Trey Wright has cleared the field significantly here on the first lap of the race. Chris Reynolds all over the back bumper of Christian Master here for second. We'll have to see if he makes a move right here in the turn number 7, and it looks like he's going to try, but Master's going to shut the door on him. Now through the carousel they go, the wide sweeping right-hander. And we have seen this track bite a couple guys in the past. I'll never forget that Season 5 Cup race that we had here when Griffin Lynn dominated the event and on the last lap of the race overshot this exact corner and lost the race to Tyler Selzman. One of the more memorable seasons, more memorable moments on the channel, but heck, that was almost 6 years ago when that happened. Reynolds is all over Master here for second. And Reynolds definitely like to get all the points he can possibly get here and close in on Clifton and Braxton in this championship. But one driver I would watch out for, if he can get a good lap, is Seth Cole. But Seth Cole's not had a good start. We got some 3 wide at the back of the field here. We got Braxton, Faden, and Clifton. Those are the top 2 guys in points deep in the field here, trying to get something to go their way. All they need is the fastest lap. Oh, and Braxton's off. Braxton's off the racetrack there. Thankfully, he's not going to hit anything. But that is not at all what the One Machine wanted to see here early on in this Wisconsin sprint. Trey Wright had the clearest racetrack, but that was just the first lap, so it wasn't a full lap under speed right there. So now these guys, once we come around for the second time, are going to clock their fast times in. Chris Reynolds goes wide in the turn 2. Brendan Wilmington going to take that 3rd position away and that last point in this sprint race from him right here. Ethan Lewis there in the 5th position. He has a good opportunity of grabbing a couple of points today, and Master might have a good opportunity closing in on Trey Wright. Of course, Master was closing in on Trey Wright at Atlanta in our last race, but could not get the race victory away from him. Got Chris Reynolds here, though, now in the 4th position. He lost a lot of ground there, going a little wide in the turn number 2, and that is going to affect his run here in this race, and it's going to affect this lap for Chris Reynolds as well. He currently has the 2nd fastest lap. Somebody off just a little bit right there. That was Nathan Ormond, and Zach Winkle's going to get around him right there in the number 12 machine. Yeah, Ryan Durrani back in here. We haven't seen much of Durrani this season. 19th in points. Only 28 total points in the season for him as well, so definitely been an interesting season for some guys. Dylan Young has been the winner of both of the short tracks this season. And then on top of that, Noah Clifton has won every race, every oval that has been 2.5 miles in length or longer. Or actually, no. He didn't win Talladega. Hunter Braxton won Talladega, but Noah Clifton has won every 2.5 mile racetrack. Except Willow Springs, which was a road course. He's won every 2.5 mile oval this season. That's what I'm trying to say. I knew I was close with what I wanted to say there. Just couldn't quite pinpoint what I wanted to say at the exact moment. You obviously know that I have lost it, and I just don't have the mental capacity like I used to with these things. I don't remember it as much as I used to. Got other things to remember. Trey Wright going to come across here, and this is where these fast laps are really going to come into play. Master there with the fastest lap. And there's some guys in the back of the field getting some faster laps right there, but Master the only driver under 2 minutes 3 seconds. So Master definitely looking strong here at Road America. He loved to get the race victory here. He definitely closed in by quite a bit. Right now, he is only half a second off. He was half a second off at the line behind Trey Wright. Chris Reynolds there has actually gotten back around Brendan Wilmington, so a good run there for Chris Reynolds. And trying to get a bonus point towards the championship here, which would put him only 18 points behind Noah Clifton and Hunter Braxton. Which means that if he were to get second or higher and both Clifton and Braxton failed a point, Chris Reynolds could tie for the points lead. And if he were to get the fastest lap tomorrow, then he would take the points lead away in that scenario. Christian Masters right here on Trey Wright. Wants to get this race victory. Masters not won a race on the channel in quite some time, but he's got an opportunity at doing so right here. Even though it's a sprint race, it's still an official win. It looks like the top 3 may be settled here. Reynolds is closing back in as well right here. And then you got Brendan Wilmington a little ways off from that 22 machine. So Reynolds essentially just made a mistake right there. That's going to cost him a little bit of time here. But he may be able to regain some of that momentum here on this lap as he's closed in fairly well on Christian Master there. Master's going to try here on the 23 machine, unable to get any closer to him as we're coming to the white flag here in the Wisconsin Sprint. The battle may be on for second as Chris Reynolds is closing right in on Master here for that second position. Up the hill they go for the next to last time in this event. Trey Wright going to take the white flag in the Wisconsin Sprint. Of course, tomorrow there will be a cycle of pit stops, and that will definitely affect how well these guys run in the event. Dan Park there on Ethan Lewis for position, and there's Chris Reynolds going to the top of the board. The number 22 definitely appears to be a fast driver. Jesse Turner has gone to second, all the way at the back of the field. That is something we have not seen much of this season, is drivers running deep in the field getting good laps. But both Turner and Fitzwater did just that on that third lap right there. And that is huge for those guys, especially Turner, who comes in 17 behind. Starting on the outside pole at a road course is going to be huge for Turner and his championship hopes. Seth Cole, though, I think if Seth Cole gets a top 10 starting position, he wins the race tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. And he's got 9th right now on that 24 machine. Faden right alongside him there is 3rd quickest. And then you got Master in 5th. Trey Wright down the 7th. Dan Park is 6th. That is interesting right there. It's all over the board in terms of that fastest lap. Once they got spread out and those guys had the opportunity to get a good lap in, it definitely went in the favor of the guys who just had a cleaner lap. And it didn't matter where they were in terms of the running order. But Trey Wright looking strong here in this sprint race. The only downside for Trey Wright, he's not going to start on the pole tomorrow, only unless this lap happens to be under 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and 48 1/100ths of a second. But I don't think that's going to be the case for Trey Wright. But Master's going to try to get this win, though. He's right there. I just don't think he's going to have enough. It's going to take a mistake out of Trey Wright here in this final corner, and it's happened before, and Master's going to have a shot here. Up the hill they go. Master's going to try to get to that inside lane. I just don't think he's going to have the momentum to do it. Across the line, Trey Wright will win the Wisconsin Sprint. He had to hold off that 14 there quite a bit in order to get it. Master will get 2 points. Chris Reynolds will get 1 point towards the championship here today. We'll wait for everyone to cross the line here, and then it will be official in terms of the starting lineup. Hunter Braxton, the last driver, and Hunter Braxton was in fact the last driver in the running order there. So that right there is how they will officially start for the Wisconsin, or for the Grand Prix of Wisconsin, I should say, tomorrow here on the channel. Chris Reynolds wins the pole with Jesse Turner starting alongside him. Nathan Faden and Zachary Fitzwater. Christian Master and Dan Park. Ryan Durrani and Brendan Wilmington. Trey Wright and Noah Clifton. Seth Cole and Vlad Prescott. Priya McShane and Dylan Young. Ethan Lewis and Nathan Ormond. Hunter Braxton and Logan Williams. Zach Winkle and Will Parrish. Then it's Thomas Troxel, Nathan Stapleton, Brandon Nelson, William Brock. That is how they will line up for tomorrow's Grand Prix of Wisconsin. 10 laps tomorrow here at Road America. So it's not going to be much time for these guys to close in and get a good time. Take a look at the official standings. Trey Wright with 3 points. Master with 2 points. Chris Reynolds with 1 point towards the championship. But tomorrow's going to be interesting because, as you see the starting lineup there, you got the guys all over the place, especially Turner there up in the points. And then you got Clifton and Braxton not as far up there, and there's a good opportunity that neither of those guys will get points. And if Turner goes on to win the race tomorrow, he could very well head into Martinsville the points leader. We're just going to have to find out tomorrow. The Grand Prix of Wisconsin here from Road America. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here are the points after the sprint race, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the Grand Prix of Wisconsin here from Road America. Thank you guys for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.